Okay, here we are. So right off the bat we have two Octoroks. We can go ahead and deflect their bullets, depending on which way we're facing. There we go, and then up ahead we have Shabombs, which is actually what they're called. They work out really well. I'm happy with how they turned out. So they just kind of bounce along the ground, and occasionally when they hit a wall, they'll come towards you. But otherwise they will just hit horizontally and bounce off walls side to side, not go straight for the player. Yeah, right there. So it didn't actually go straight for me, it just went horizontally. Sometimes they're aggressive, sometimes they just kind of go their own direction. Because I'm terrible at planning, I have to go back and get the slingshot real quick. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually get some room so we can try out the different items for these things. Throwing the boomerang does pop them. And that was a little weird, but the Deku Nuts also kill the Shabombs. Can't use the slingshot with the shield, so we can go ahead and shoot the switch here and open up the door. Next up we have what's called a Beery, which we can go ahead and throw the boomerang at it to kill it. Slingshot will not work against it. Up ahead there will be more. We won't go through these cutscenes because we've already seen them before, but the Deku Nuts do stun it so that you can kill it without getting shocked. Alright, so if you try to kill him without stunning him first, it will shock you, as you can see in here. And we'll see by this enemy as well, which is once you get near it, it shocks you. As well as if you try to hit it, it will once again shock you. You can use the boomerang to stun it, and then be able to kill it, and then it summons 3 Beeries. That one went down, don't know why. But then we can stun these guys and kill these as well. Or you can just simply use the boomerang the entire time. When it works. So this is easy because you can just kill them all at once with one boomerang throw. And the boomerang still does collect items if you throw them, or if you throw the boomerang to collect them. Also worth mentioning, the bigger jellyfish guys are called berries. And then up ahead is what I always forget their name. I think it's Tail Parasan, if that's even how you pronounce it too, I don't know. But yeah, so these guys basically just have like a particle type tail, and then just pretty much chase after the player for a certain amount of time before going back in the ground and respawning back where they were at before. So we'll see them respawn here in a second. They go down to the ground and then come back here. Once again, if you hit them, you will get shocked unless you stun them, which in this case, it just completely freezes them. Oh, but in the game, which I think is very interesting, when you try to attack them after stunning them, you can't actually kill them. We can go ahead and throw the boomerang, however, and take them out easily. These rooms that have certain colors do still push you along. If you try to go through the walls, it does teleport you out, so you don't have to worry about getting stuck or anything. Over here you might have seen some others. We have these giant electric walls. You get close to them and it hurts you and teleports you away. There's a blue one right here, and you may have saw that green one over here as well. Right there. So they seem to be blocking us from going through certain areas. Now once you get Ruto and you get her up here, you can put her on this switch and get through. We're just going to teleport through this way. And here we have an interesting enemy. The Parasitic Tentacle. I'm not sure, I don't quite like the design, but the way it works is pretty much the best I'm going to make it, I think, to be honest. So unlike in the game where it basically just launches at you, it instead acts like a Beamos, basically, and tries to hurt you with its laser. Now, as you can see, there's a little pink wall up there, so we go ahead and throw the boomerang, and we can kill it that way. It makes a cool noise, which I actually think makes up for how bad it looks, which is how it works and how it sounds. And after hitting it 4 times, it will go ahead and die. And then we can get the chest that spawns from here. And then now that we've killed that, the parasitic tentacle wall things are now gone. Or the red slimy thing, as Navi says. Now that the walls are gone, we can go ahead and go over to this room, which has a blue parasitic tentacle. Works the exact same, so I'll just kill this guy real quick. One more throw. There we go. No chest spawns in here, unfortunately, so it seems kind of like a waste at first. Until you see that we can go ahead and go this way now. And this has the final one, which it spawns in some berries, so it's a little bit bigger of a challenge. Except not really, because it's kind of easy, because they're slow enemies anyways. As long as you just stay moving around, it's pretty easy to dodge everything. Very similar to the game, because it's extremely easy to dodge this guy, even though he's pretty much attacking you the whole time. Alright, one of my favorite rooms is this one right here, which is kind of a useless room, other than to get the compass, I believe. But once you walk in, there's a bunch of shabombs, and it's just fun to go ahead and throw Deku Nuts everywhere and just kill them all really fast. Really fun. But anyways, now that we've killed that green parasitic tentacle, the green slimy thing here is now gone. Meaning we can fall down here to a place we weren't able to see before, and continue through, which is where the mini-boss will be at. And I believe the final enemy that I've created, which isn't really so much an enemy as it is just pretty much like an obstacle, I guess, or a trap. And from what it's called, it sounds like it's called a red jelly. Basically similar looking to the red tentacles and stuff, but if you stand on top of it, it will shock you. Now, you can try to use Deku Nuts, you can try to throw you can try to throw the slingshot, but it doesn't do anything, so you have to throw the boomerang, which stuns it, and you can walk across. It has, I think, 3 different colors before it switches back to normal, which is those, and there it is, back to normal. And then you try to stand on it, and it takes you back here. After completing the mini-boss, there's 2 more up here, which you can easily get across. And just ignore that Octorok, because why would you fight it? And then we can stand on this platform and go down to the final room, which we have some crates over here. Shoot! I guess there's this room down here if you're interested, another Octorok. You can kill him with the boomerang. Alright, here we are. We got the box. We can go and throw it on this switch and see the last room, which basically just has some more berries. And the final switch, which you just throw the boomerang at, will open the way, and that is it for Jabu-Jabu other than the mini-boss and the final boss. Whew. Another dungeon down. This basically means that all of Child Link is pretty much done story-wise. Oh. I actually forgot an enemy. It is down here, I believe. There's more in the room that you get the boomerang from, too. But there are 3 that are easy to spot right over here. I go through this room, there's more shabombs. And here we are. So these guys are called stingers. So we go near them, and then they show up into the air. And then after a second, they'll start chasing you. And once you get too close, it'll dive towards you. So we can go ahead and use Deku Nuts after they start chasing you to stun them. And then go ahead and kill them. It takes 2 hits. Or if they're in the ground and you want to be farther away, you can throw the boomerang. Same thing with the Deku Nuts, it'll show up. And you can also shoot a Deku Seed, and it'll kill them. And yeah. Go ahead and bring this platform, or step on that switch to go up here, and that's it for sure this time. Hope you enjoyed. It's a lot that I've created so far. Definitely making a lot of progress. I'm excited. Next up, I am currently working on the Stallchilds and P-Hats in Hyrule Field, and then on to the Adult Link stuff, which means I'll probably actually have to make this the hook shot, finally, because I mentioned a while ago I was going to start working on that, but I never actually did. So that's getting closer to my list. Don't worry. So in the next episode, it'll probably be P-Hats and Stallchilds, and maybe some stuff for the Forest Temple. See you guys then.